How we doing, guys? It's Luke here for SimBoxx. Delighted this evening to be joined by El Diablo, Dean Dodge. Dean, how we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm very good. You all good?
Yeah, all good. Thanks for asking. So, yeah, let's get straight into it, Dean. We've been waiting for a big opportunity, a big fight, and you wait long enough, something's going to come knocking, and it did come knocking. You'll be fighting on the Matchroom card, live on Dazn in Liverpool, the Callum Smith undercard, taking on the undefeated Aqib Fiaz. I'm sure you're very excited for the opportunity.
Oh, mate, I'm over the moon. I'm buzzing. It's a massive card, a massive bill, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving a good performance.
Absolutely. So Aqib Fiaz, 10-0. He's a highly touted prospect. He's not been beaten. He's got a big following. Yeah, take us through your thoughts on Aqib Fiaz. How much do you know of him as an opponent and as a fighter?
Um, I've I've seen the bits of him. He's a very good boxer. You know what I mean? He's a very good boxer. Does things well. Um, but he hasn't been with anyone like myself at the minute. So it's a good step up, and it's a good fight for him, and it's going to be a good test for him.
As you say that you've been wanting this kind of opportunity, do you see somebody coming in there with the undefeated record, the backing of Matchroom, as your foot in the door and kind of you take his spot with the win if you like? You might get a rematch, you might move on to other big fights, big opportunities. Is that what motivates you heading into this fight?
Oh, 100%. This is a massive fight for myself. You know what I mean? It's a career changing fight. You win this fight, win it in style, or just even win it. You know what I mean? You're gonna be knocking on the door for Matchroom and making big moves.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how's camp been? I know it's such a mundane question, but I've seen you've been sparring Craig Woodruff, who himself will be fighting for the British title in a rematch with Gavin Gwynn. That was a great fight first time around. You've been sparring with him. So yeah, how's sparring been, and how are you feeling heading into arguably the biggest fight of your career so far?
Yeah, sparring's been going well. Yeah, went up there sparring the other week. That was that was good rounds, hard rounds. But very good. You know what I mean? Valuable rounds. Rounds you can't be getting anywhere else. So yeah, it was good. The team welcomed me up there, and yeah, just it was really good.
So of course, we can't avoid the facts. Coming off the back of a couple of losses, the first of your career, and a lot of fighters will say some defeats alleviate the pressure that you're not defending that O anymore, and you kind of not can relax, but there's a pressure that comes with that O as a boxer. It seems to be more in boxing than maybe UFC or MMA and that kind of sport. In boxing, it's carried a lot more with a boxer that they try and protect that O, the Mayweather effect, if you like. So how's the two losses affected you in terms of your thoughts on boxing and taking that defeat and learning from it? Where was the mind at coming off the back of those two defeats?
um, the two defeats is it has it's taken a lot of pressure off. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I had a lot of pressure on myself. Having the two defeats has definitely taken that away. I don't feel like no pressure. You know what I mean? Like going into this fight, all the pressure is not on me. It's on Fiaz. So Fiaz has got to perform very well, and he's got to box to the best of his ability that night. And for me, there is no pressure. I have no pressure of selling tickets. You know what I mean? So it's um it's all win for me, sort of thing.
Does that make Dean Dodge a more dangerous fighter with no pressure on him?
100%, yes.
So you mentioned there that there's no pressure on you in terms of selling tickets. Um, I think the way you want to word this, or I want to word this, is the idea now for Dean Dodge to go and get the biggest fights available, and if that is being the away fighter in the away corner, then you'll take them opportunities. Is that where the career of Dean Dodge is heading?
Yeah, definitely. I think me well, like you say, I'll be known as like the away corner now. I don't look at it like I'm going in the away corner, but in hindsight, I think that's how you look at it. But I just want to take risky fights, away fights, and then give my best give my best performance and try and come out with a win and try and put on a show. And if I can do that, you know what I mean. If I can go up to Liverpool and beat Fiaz on a Matchroom show and do that, you know what I mean? It's gonna do big things for my career. And that's exactly what I need, you know what I mean, right now. It's a perfect fight for me. It's the perfect fight for him. So yeah, I'm buzzing for it.
You know, looking back over the past few years, you maybe haven't been as active as you'd have liked, fighting once a year for I think the past 3 years, maybe 4 years, heading into 2023. Obviously, we had the pandemic and things like that, and COVID got in the way of things, so we know that disrupted a lot. But is inactivity been an issue? Is it something that's worried you at this stage of your career?
Um, hasn't really worried me. In the aspects of financially, it's been a little bit annoying, but it hasn't worried me. It is what it is, sort of thing. Um, yeah, just got to roll with it. You just got to take things as they come. It was a little bit annoying, the pandemic. Obviously, that took about 2 years off my career. Yeah, you can't really complain. It is what it is.
Yeah, good. It's a good attitude to have. Stay positive, think positive, manifest positive energy. Take us to fight night, Dean. How does this fight play out in your mind? You go in there, as I say, he's got a decent following. It's going to be early in the card, but his fans will be in there. You go in, as we've mentioned, as the away fighter and a matchroom bill against a matchroom fighter. How does the fight play out in Dean Dodge's head?
I'm just gonna come away with a victory. You know what I mean? That's what I plan to do. I plan to go in there, I plan to rough them up, and I plan to come away with a victory. Um, that's the only outcome I've got in my mind. I'm not going in there as a way fighter and going in as a loser or come in to just win or to come get paid. And I think I'm coming to win. You know what I mean? Because me winning this fight can change my whole career around. So yeah, I'm definitely coming to win.
I just wanted to get your opinion on a few things that have happened in the boxing world recently. It's been a lively start to the year. We'll go back to January 21st, the boxer bill. Liam Smith stopping Chris Eubank Jr. in quite shocking fashion. I thought, some people's picking Liam Smith, some people's picking Chris Eubank. It was a 50-50 fight on paper, but it was a one-sided result in the end, 4-round stoppage victory for Liam Smith. Dean, how surprised that you was? How surprised was you at the manner of the victory for Liam Smith?
Oh yeah, I was surprised. You know what I mean? But I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. You know what I mean? Like it happened. I was like, shit. You know what I mean? He knocked him out, but I won money off Liam that night, so um, I backed him to win, but I didn't back him to win in that fashion and that early on and that quickly. So I mean, fair play. It was good victory.
What did you take from the argument of this elbow? Was the elbow? Did the elbow set up the knockout? Was it like implicating in the stoppage victory? There's been a bit of uproar. Is that just to sell the rematch? We were expecting an immediate rematch with the rematch clause for Chris Eubank Jr. Yeah, would you make of that whole elbow gate, if you like?
To be honest, I did see a little bit of it, but I just thought it was load of nonsense. You know what I mean? He lost. I thought he lost fair and square. I didn't really see much of an elbow until they properly slowed it right down. And then on the video, I don't know what to think of it. To be honest, in the moment at the time, heat of the moment, I don't think nothing. I don't. I just think it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't think there was anything massively malicious about it. I don't think he done it on purpose. I think it's, to be honest, I think it's just a load of rubbish.
Dean, what do you take from the situation with Chris Eubank Jr.'s training setup that he didn't have a trainer for such a long time, and then he kind of had trainers on at one fight, and then they didn't carry on, and he trained himself, and now he's linked up with Roy Jones Jr. It's been a few years in the making, and we see him trying to implement things that Roy Jones is teaching him. But Roy Jones is one of the greatest boxers that ever lived, but that doesn't necessarily transition into being a great trainer. Do you think that's a partnership that's working? Do you think it's a partnership that will continue?
To be honest, I haven't really given it too much thought. You've asked me the question now. To be honest, he'll do whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean, Chris Evans Jr. do whatever he wants to do. It's just one of them. You know what I mean? It's He'll just do what he wants. You know what I mean? He always be like that, be that way. So that's just the mannerism of who he is. I think he just always do what he wants. He won't have no discipline. I haven't seen no discipline um from him in the aspect of like listening to someone. Um so yeah, but like you mean you only see what you see. You only see what they want you to see, so you can never really tell what's going on.
So you mentioned there that you won a few quid on Liam Smith heading into the fight, so you clearly fancied Liam in the first fight. Do you think that there's any way the result can be different in a rematch?
Um,
Would you back Liam Smith again?
yeah, I'd back him again. You know what I mean? I just I think he's just gonna just slowly grind him down and take him out again. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving forward from that, the week after, did you catch the Beterbiev Yard fight? Did you catch that on TV?
No, I watched the highlights the next day. Yeah, I did watch that.
So obviously that was a great fight in of itself. Beterbiev stopping Yard. Just before the main event, they announced in the ring and they had a bit of a face off with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Being as a professional boxer yourself, where do you sit with this? I know Jake Paul and Tommy are not necessarily YouTube boxers, but Jake Paul's come from that world. Tommy Fury obviously been in these celebrity TV programs. Where do you sit on this whole Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight and ultimately YouTube boxing as a whole as a professional boxer? What's your opinion on that?
To be honest, I don't really give it much thought. I see it. I hear about it. I don't really have no emotion towards it. I don't really care. It doesn't excite me being a boxer. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're making loads of money. And like boxers like myself, you know what I mean, making peanuts. In that aspect of it, I think it's a bit of a joke. But look, I don't really have no emotion towards it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It just it is what's happening in today's society. It's a bit of a mockery, but as you know what I mean, just got to roll with it and just go with what's happening. You know what I mean? I can't really, me personally, I ain't gonna change it. So, but what do I think of it? I don't really think nothing of it. I don't personally care, but you know what I mean.
Would you go out of your way to watch the Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Um, I mean, like I wouldn't. I wouldn't sit down and be paying for it, you know what I mean? But if it was on and my mate said to me, come around and do you want to watch it? I'd be like, yeah, okay, it's something to do, but I wouldn't go out my way to go, oh, sit down, look, everyone come around mine, let's go watch this fight, it's coming up, you know what I mean? Um, so in the aspects of that, yeah, to be honest, I have like no emotion towards it. If I got invited to it and someone said, do you want to watch it? Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna pay my own money to go out and download it or watch the fight.
Yeah, of course. So just swinging it back round to yourself, Dean, to close off. We're about 4 weeks out from Fight Night, 4 and a bit weeks. What's
Mhm.
planned from here? You're obviously still in camp, you're still sparring, training hard, I guess.
Yeah, training hard. I'm training really hard. I've been just constantly training, you know what I mean? Um be going away sparring. I'll be been training with Lee Haskins quite a bit, you know what I mean? Been doing bits of him, sparring with Anton Haskins, his son, who's a good lightweight. So yeah, just I'm just always in the gym. You know what I mean? Just always trying to improve and be better on myself. So I'm always sort of fit, semi-fit. So yeah, when I got offered this fight, I was happy to take it.
Good man. Well, it's a big opportunity on a big card. Dean, I thank you for your time this evening. Is there anything you'd like to add before we finish?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Penmill Scaffolding of Yeovil. They've backed me from day one, and continued to back me. So I'm very, very, very grateful for them. That's Pete Mitchell, that is. He owns Penmill Scaffolding, so very grateful for him. And I just want to say, if anyone else wants to sponsor me, or even sponsor me just for this fight, you know what I mean? I would love some financial backing to be helped to help towards training and help towards bills and just like everyday things. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Dean. We'll get your social media in the tagged in the description of this video so people can check out your social media and hit you up with any offers of sponsorship that hopefully come off the back of this. But I wish you the best of luck for the fight, and we'll catch up again on fight week. I'll be there in Liverpool, so we'll catch up in person.
Top man, Luke. Top man. Thank you.